Yeah, yeah. It's little Kenny Russell, Canoon Consul Moon. Now today, I want to come right in and talk about hip hop, the state of this hip hop. I said it before, hip hop is a disgrace, the state that it's in now, because what's so detrimental about it is that the children follow hip hop. And hip hop is a form of that legacy type of music that we have. We had it in tribes and in the motherland back in Africa. They would play the drum and do the little um, heritage type dance and the cultural dances and all that old stuff and sing and chant and do things of that nature. So uh, I want to just talk about the effects that it have on the community because it's such a community ancestral type of part of our history. See, this is what we do. We love music. So let me get my monitor up. Make sure I'm recording. And I hope you guys having a good morning. Know you, a lot of y'all, this is church day, but I tend to do like a Sunday type of rant or a Sunday type of thing. It's just something I like to do. As I go further in this platform, hopefully a lot of people start attending and watching it. As I go further in this platform. Okay, we live now. So, as I was saying, it's such a legacy, that music. And then even when they brought us over in slavery, they would get together and have these like they called them Negro spirituals, but they was really um, ways that we would just call on the ancestors in a song in a spiritual type of way. Spirituality was right there with them when they had to do all this um, work that was everything. The chips were just against you. All the rules of gravity, all the rules of logic, all the rules of life, everything against you. And they go out and do this back-breaking type of work that only machines could duplicate. And they would scream and chant and do all this legacy type of things with the music. So it has a rich history, hip hop. It stems from a rich history, hip hop. So I want people to understand the state that it's in now. It's nothing rich about it. You get rich, but it's also destroyed, and it's causing more destruction on the kids and the lives of the people who's intertwining in it now. Because what it's doing is you don't have no formal education. A lot of kids drop right out of school when they go into this. So it takes a kid from that was making nothing, $1 or $2 a week, or sometimes not even that. Some of these people sleep in their cars. They have zero income. Whatever I can scrounge up, or my auntie, cousin, somebody like that will help me out, I accept it. You see, it takes a person with zero wealth, and now he's making 7 to 10,000, $20,000 a show. So the demons that he hasn't dealt with from people, he feel like people were so against him, nobody helped him in his poverty state. The enemies are still in him. A lot of times they fighting their own demons in their head and they fighting their own self. They don't understand what's going on. So when you give these people money, they still don't have the understanding to walk with an integral walk, to have some integrity. You know what I mean? To have some respect, some morals. They were taught these things by grandmother, auntie, something like that, or uncle, but they don't live them, because at the same time they feel like, oh, when I get on, watch what I do when I get on, this, that, and the third. So that chip is on their shoulder that they never quite fought off. So when they get money, they figure I'm gonna be an asshole, biggest asshole I can be. And that's what we're seeing now today. So what I want to deal with is the state of when these type of people, they the 90%. I mean, we the 90%, the grassroots. The millionaire, because they go on and make millionaires. That's the only part of the game I still respect. And I do respect hip hop and people that's in it, the great ones. You don't see them getting into these type of situations. People would understand it and understand that this game has brought me from that to this. They respect it. See? But a lot of people have to go through stuff to get to that state of mind and say, man, this game paying me and all I'm doing is making music. See? That takes a little while. It tends to have a growing effect on you. You don't come out the box like that. So we got OGs and old heads that's still in, that's doing work like that. You got Nas, you got Jay-Z. They already did all these stumbles and trips and falls. You got Diddy. You got 50. You got people that's not, the law is the last thing on their mind. You got Ricky, you know. Shout out to all them brothers because they the staples of the game. You even got Birdman. You got a lot of people that's not looking to intertwine crime along with their business stature. See? And the kid, the young kid, he doesn't know how to decipher, separate the two. If you understand my drift. So I want to give a honorary shout out like I always do. I'm just opening up and to Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, John G. Jackson, Ivan Van Sertima, Sheikh Antidio, all the ancestors. Um, El Haj Malik Shabazz, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, all these fiery people that I'm talking about, these very controversial names because they was doing groundbreaking work at the time and people just couldn't understand these type of people. Rebels, rebellious, rebellion towards the system. You see? I have to really say that. And then I want to give a honorary shout out to the elder, Walter Williams. He's still with us doing this thing. And, you know, take my hat off to SETI, Pharaoh, any of the young brothers, the young guys that's doing it. I take my hat off to them. Now, as I was saying is, you see a lot of these type of gentlemen that I've been explaining. One that didn't have nothing, then he come into something. He becomes a part of the 10%, if you will. And like I say, I was saying something. The only part of the game I respect now really about hip hop is that it changed people addresses and area codes. It give a person a chance to look into the rich world when he was just sleeping in the car, maybe a year ago. And then I seen people go further than that, say, hey, I only been in hip hop 6 months, 8 months to a year, stuff like that. And their lives are starting to drastically change. So it's a good money making type of avenue to travel. That's the lane you're gonna travel. But you got people like a 6ix9ine. He's in there and he's just going off his imagery. Imagery is what sold him. He's not that type of gentleman. But the image he portrayed, he had to get in gangs. He had to act like he would carry a gun. He had to go out to people's communities, get into shootout, act like he wanted to fight. All this to keep that dollar amount going. Excuse me. So it can be detrimental on both sides. Now you got people creating another false image so they can sell the narrative. See, this is not how it was brought on. People was just being themselves. If you can dance, you're a dancing motherfucker. If you can bebop with all that, you're bebopping type of, you know what I mean? That's your avenue. That's your lane. You're gonna travel that. If you can scratch and mix, be scratching and mix at house parties and shit, that was your lane. Okay? So now you got people creating a false image to sell a narrative so they can go in there and exploit the game. And then when these young brothers get in trouble, they cry to the 10%. I mean to the 90%. Keep switching it up. They the 10% because they became millionaires. The 90% is the regular grassroots people like you and I. Okay? But see, what I'm not built on is a dollar. I don't care about having a net worth behind my name that you can look up. I walk with a more integral type of walk. I have integrity. Sorry about that. My computer dropped on me. Make sure we're still live. Sorry about that. My computer dropped on me. Yeah, we live. So what I was saying, I don't know what's wrong with the computer. I do apologize about that. It's gonna be in the we live, so it's gonna be in the stream. what I was saying about the 10% opposed to the 90, the regular common person. But his mind not be on just walking for the dollar amount on their money, like me. So you have people, money is important, because it can get you to different, walks of life that you've never been. I've explored and seen a lot of walks of life when I was young and still, I mean, I'm doing fine right now. So, and I don't have to be an asshole doing so. So what I'm saying is when they hit the 10%, boom, they millionaires. 90% of the people in the world won't make it to millionaire status. They cry to the 90. Oh, you see blogs, Shade Room, uh, Hiphop Hollywood, and all that old nonsense. Say cheese. You see all this shit. Pray for this person. Oh, pray for him. He went down. Pray for him that he get out of court. I'm not praying for that fool. Okay? He's disrespecting what he has before him. You got people that have died to be a millionaire. Cut a finger off. They'll cut your finger off. Bring his finger here. Cut it. All day long, they cut fingers off. That's all they had to do behind the scenes to become a millionaire. And you got these people that just come into millionaire status with music and they disrespecting it. Might have a grind, say, oh, I've been doing this for 5 or 6 years. But you still disrespecting the status that you've been put up on. The pedestal, you're disrespecting it. If you made it to that status, you got to have some type of integral and some type of respect and some type of semblance that you enjoy what the 90% has given you. Because the 90% is the people that put the 10% in their place. The fan base, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay? So all that, pray to get him out of jail. Oh, make sure you say a prayer. He going to court today. Do you think them people will pray for you? They don't even know who you are. A lot of them, they disrespect their fans. They horrible people, the fans. Bring them on stage, and if they don't say this and that, throw them out the stage. See people, some people, you have a rare part, a small percent of people that hang out with the fans, but you can't do that because they'll try to rob you. You ain't being no way to them. You ain't coming down there showing no love. Even the drug dealer, the common drug dealer, before the game went from drugs and nothing else we can exploit, then it go into music business. That's why I used to respect the music business, because it's the last game you can play. You don't need no education, you don't need nothing. You can come right in the game, and it's a game you can play. And it's our music. Hip hop is a black thing, and you can go get it. So I liked that because it has the drug dealer type of Robin Hood effect on it. But the drug dealer, he would still have an integral walk. Okay? He destroying the community. He kicking out. He's destroying the community all year long. He's selling drugs. He killing people. But at the same time, it was something integral about him that kids wanted to, man, I want to drive a fancy Cadillac, a Ferrari, a Maserati, Rolls Royce. They wanted to see this. He dressed a certain way. Smelling good, always having this, looking like money, looking like he. But again, he has respect because of fear there. He might not do it, but somebody kill you, come after him. Then he would do little things like pick a woman, see a woman, you know what, I'm destroying this community. Tell that woman I'm going to pay her rent. Where her house at? This and that. Go on back in the house. It's time for you to get off drugs. Take care of your kids. I know you got 9 kids. I'm going to pay your rent. Keep them babies in school. Then you'll have the drug dealer that give turkeys out. Okay? So it's a lot of stuff that go on with being put on the pedestal. It's responsibilities that it entails and holds. But these niggas don't even respect that. Put you on a pedestal, a high rank. You put yourself there with the talent, but I'm saying this 90 put you in a 10% status that they might never even reach, or they won't reach. And you disrespect the game. So pray for this person. See, you got all them years. Oh man, pray he get out. Pray this and that. Do he even know about me? Would he pray for me? No. So let's stop being dumbasses. Okay, that's a waste of time. If you're some fan, some nut crazy fanatic, because fanatic stems from the word fan. Fan is a root word of fanatic. That's a Greek or Latin word that means fanatic. Okay, like a Stan, the song Stan with Eminem. You know everything about him. You know what size drawers he wear. But at the same time, nothing in the reverse is possible. These people don't know you. They're not looking to know you. Might have some, he come out and sign autograph. Them people not knowing you don't have no effect. Them people not caring about you. Okay? So this is not the shit on hip hop, but this is to walk you through the disrespect of the young person because he's not a student of the game. He don't know that drug dealing was first in the music business. You see? I'm talking about the games that you can play before music business was really cooking. See? The drug dealer was the first Robin Hood. Try to get all the money I can get out of the neighborhood and still try to give back. Then it went into music, but then it's still with the Berry Gordy's and the Teddy Pendergrass, all these people still have mob-like figures or dope dealing type people around them that was kind of ruling the music game because the musician was the first addict. See? A lot of you don't even know the history of music because you're not a student of music. You make one little hit and put it on YouTube, it blow up. Now you're part of 10%. You're part of the rich bracket. Not having no understanding of what it takes or what it entails to keep this type of status up, or not having no gratitude towards the people who put you in this status. So again, I say it's very disrespectful when a young hip hop person don't know anything about the game, the avenue he's traveling, and he get up there and be the biggest asshole he can be because he understands that he don't need nothing from nobody. He don't understand that you the people that put him in that place. He think he did it alone. His talent did it alone. In some aspects it did, but without the 90, you can't have the 10. Okay? So that was my rant for you today. I want to see the hip hop person, the young man, have more integrity, have a more integral walk, understand the platform, understand the people before him, understand the pedestal he's on, and have some type of respect and gratitude for the position and status that he's obtaining. Okay? If you're not going to do that, excuse my language, but fuck you. And we don't have to talk, I don't have to say excuse my language because this is a hip hop type of thing. Okay? I'm not so much speaking and talking from a scholarly or historian perspective at this time. I'm letting you understand a waste of talent and a waste of time. When somebody, the 90%, put these people they love and make them a 10%, put them to this pedestal, this high ranking class and this $1 million status, and you don't respect it. Okay? That's shitting and spitting on the people that's putting you there, the fan base. Oh, pray for him. Get him out of jail. Please get him out of jail. And the kids look up to these clowns. So what you have next, out of the next, the fan base, some of the fan bases is looking to be this person. So what do you got coming up next? You got another person just like the one that destroyed the platform that you're giving them. Okay? Because you got a million young thugs that want to be young thugs. As soon as retired, already got the sound down pat. They want to be young thugs. You got a million little Kodak Blacks waiting around when you go down. I hope I can be the next Kodak Black. Putting their hair like them, all that. But if you disrespect the game, okay, you have no respect for the game and the art form or the pedestal or the platform that you've been put upon by the 90 and you become the 10, that's what they gonna display. See? Because you interjecting that and you putting it in them. So now you got another form of assholes getting ready to come up. Okay? You got a million YGs. If you're an asshole, he's gonna be a million YG assholes coming up, right? Every fan base has a million people or more cheering. Some old niggas trying to be him. Nigga younger than you trying to be him. You don't have nothing to look up to. Okay? So that's very important. That's very key. I wanted to tell you that about hip hop, talk to you about the state of hip hop. And it looks horrible. Each day you have some fool who's disrespecting the pedestal, the platform, the art form, the historical basis of it, and the music and the drum and all that stuff. That's history. That's legacy. You're disrespecting, and you're ignoring the 90%. You become the 10%, and you don't give a fuck about the people who came before you. And you don't give a fuck about the people, what it take, the sacrifices they do to go buy your ticket and your merchandise and all that other shit. And you spit in their face by going to jail. You spit in their face by getting into another court case. And you spit in their face by just being disrespectful to the fan base. Don't got time for them. Hey, go on, man. Get out my face. I'm jumping into my Rolls Royce. You can't afford one of these, motherfucker. So it's very disrespectful. So I want you to just keep that in mind. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanum Consul Moon. I'm here for your superior awareness. And I understand if it didn't happen then, it can't happen again. War 2020, I'm gonna have merchandise coming up, the Wrath of African Revolutionaries. And stay tuned. We in here. I'm out. Yeah, yeah.